All right. I think I'm live. Let me check. All right. Let me just get the chat open. You guys bear with me for just a second. We'll get started here in just a minute. Just doing a quick lunchtime stream because I have issues with instant gratification and want to unbox my new oh, nope, not going to do that. Unbox my new rig component for my Black Magic. All right, so we're here. Welcome. So this is a lunchtime stream. Basically, what's up, Mark? I took a late lunch today because I was waiting on FedEx to drop off a new part for my Black Magic. Let me know. I'm not monitoring anything right now. Let me know if the audio is weird. I am using a new mic, so hopefully it's a little bit better, get a little bit less echo than what you would normally for the past couple of test streams that I've done. And this is kind of an impromptu stream. I am going to be doing an official kind of subject live stream later this week at nighttime, so it's a little bit different. And I may do more of these. I love opening up new packages. It's like Christmas for me. And so today is that day. I ordered a new part for my, no video though, just logo. Oh, okay. Oh, it's because I pressed the wrong button. Should be good now. There we go. There we go. Still figuring this out. I'm also getting a DIY stream deck, hopefully today. So it'll be a little bit easier to switch between scenes. So you guys should be seeing me here shortly as it transitions over there. There we go. There we go. So with that being said, I'm going to pull this up. This is basically my current rig right now. It's not everything. This is my current Black Magic rig. Obviously, excluding a lens. I was joking about this. Currently, this is my GH5 body cap. My GH5 has my Black Magic body cap. Life is a little chaotic right now. That's how life is going. Not the right body caps. Anyways, I digress. But this is my current rig, right? So let me and I'm going to go through, I'm going to make a whole nother finished video on all the components of my rig, but just in a nutshell, kind of just break this down. So for power, I'm using an NPF battery, basically kind of like a dock to put an NPF battery, and it gives me the ability to do a 12 volt out, as well as a 7.4 for maybe like a monitor or other accessories, potentially like a follow focus, which is over here. I am using the Nucleus Nano from TILTA. All of this is pretty much TILTA. The part that I ordered today is also TILTA. But basically, I want to get rid of some of this stuff. Like I have the SSD holder up here at the top. So my goal with the part that I got is to eliminate the need for some of these things, to eliminate the need for the hard drive holder, to eliminate the need for this awkwardly placed NPF plate. And so that's my goal, is to basically eliminate that. So with that being said, let's get to what I ordered. And just so you guys know, if you guys are also on a lunch break, I'm aiming to this be no more than 30 minutes because I also have meetings I need to get to today. I do have a day job, and I need to make sure that that day job does not suffer because of YouTube. So 30 minutes, that's my goal. So first and foremost, let's talk about some small accessories that I got to help with this item. So everything is from B&H. Now, I will be leaving some links below to Amazon because that's where my affiliate links are found. I do not have an affiliate link to B&H right now, but if I can't find them on Amazon, F it. I won't get affiliate money from it. I'll just make sure that you guys get hooked up. So that being said, and I apologize for any audio of crackling or things like that. So, first item is basically a NATO rail from Small Rig. I think it's from Small Rig. And that is, let me get my knife out. Knife, skinny pants, skinny jeans, skinny shorts. Life of skinny jeans it's hard to get anything out of your pocket. Okay, so the first thing to help with this product, watch me like slice my hand open on a live stream. But the first thing is going to be the NATO rail. Because what I'm going to do is basically, this is going to go on the side of my rig. So you can see this here. I'll try to find the best spot for this. Small NATO rail from Small Rig. As small as it is, I think it was probably like the more pricey of the accessories. But basically, I'm going to put this on the side of let me hold that a little bit differently. Put this on the side of my rig. So that's going to be one part. And I may try to assemble everything on the stream. That may be the boring part of the stream, depending on who you are and how nerdy you get about gear. But that's the first thing, is the NATO rail. The next accessory is going to be from, I believe it's, Nicey Rig. But, oh yeah, NATO rail. I don't use a lot of NATO rails because they're really pricey. But this was one that I was like, I got to go with a NATO rail system. I saw it from Caleb Pike on DSLR video shooters. And I was like, I have to use this. And I'll explain why I chose the type of accessory that I did. So the next thing is a NATO rail to rosette kind of adapter or clamp here. And the whole process about this is going to sit on the side of the rig. I'm going to connect the NATO rail and have a rosette connection going away from the camera. And that leads me to the actual product I ordered that I'm super pumped on. And if you're curious of why I'm not giving you guys like the outer box from B&H, we are still in the middle of a pandemic. I chose not to give coronavirus to my whole family and leave the box on the front porch. So, TILTA. Let's see what's inside. One thing I love about TILTA is there's not like a lot of fluff. There's no like, for the most part, there's no manuals. There's maybe like a product ID or things like that. Yes, I believe it does. So the question from Mark was, it has the finder holes, right? The ARRI locator holes. Yes, is basically the rosette system is to kind of complement the ARRI kind of setup. Now, I don't know all the full details behind it, but in a nutshell, yes, that's what it's there for. So, dun dun dun, drum roll. Okay, so there is a manual. I'll give you that part. So if this is a true unboxing, there is a manual for this. So yeah, I might read this later if I get confused on what's going on with the connection. So I'm going to drop the box. This is the main event. And this is the TILTA side handle with follow focus. So important key feature is TILTA side handle with follow focus wheel with the bigger, I can't remember the actual code for the NPF because I'm live streaming and somewhat nervous. So of course I don't remember that. I think it's like 970, but it supports the NPF 970. And with that being said, this is what I ordered. And let me explain why I chose this option, because TILTA has some options for this side handle. They have several options. So this is the Tilta with the focus wheel Type 2. And the reason it's Type 2 is because it does support a rosette connection. The reason I chose that is because I shoot a lot of my Blackmagic footage underslung. And so I have a top handle. I'll usually kind of hold it towards the, lower to the ground or things like that. I don't, the Type 1, and I think even Type 3, basically had a hard connection to the cage. And so there, you had to hold it straight on for everything to work. With the rosette connection, I can tilt. And so if I am using the top handle, let me bring this back in here for a minute. If I am using the top handle, I can turn the side handle to kind of complement that and still have my, couple points of contact on the camera. And so that's why I went with a rosette system. It's a little bit more money. The normal Type 1 version of this is about $229, I think it is right now on B&H and Amazon. And Amazon, I'll have a link for the Amazon option for the Type 1 if you want to, not spend like 50 extra bucks and have to get the rosette system, because a part of that is you do need a connection to basically fit on your cage to make all this work. So you have to spend a little more money on the Type 2. But the other reasons why I got this. So Tilta does make just a follow focus system with the rosette connection, and that's it. Like they actually make a very smaller version of this, and there's seriously like 4 or 5 different options. But basically, some of the options are you can get just the side handle, and maybe Type 2, Type 1, whatever, just a side handle, and it doesn't have it doesn't have the focus wheel. All right, so that's an option. There's an option for a smaller handle with a focus wheel that holds, I never remember the MPF codes, but I think it's like a 570, the smallest one. But it holds that. And so smaller profile and things like that, right? So I was tempted by that because I actually found that on Amazon for like $120. And if I can find it, I'll put it down below, because that may help a lot of people that don't need this side handle for the same reasons I want it. So the reason, and then there's other options, like there's this side handle without the focus wheel option. There's, again, a lot of options. But the reason I went with the one that I did, whenever I said Type 2, is because of the rosette connection, right? Then you have the bigger battery. Now, in theory, I don't need this for my focus for the Nucleus Nano. I don't need a bigger battery for it. But what sold me on it is the fact that, let me see where the connections are. Yeah. There's a 12-volt out here, which is amazing because I can actually use this setup to power my camera. If you are a Blackmagic Pocket 4K owner, or potentially even 6K owner, don't use anything other than 12 volt to charge your camera as you're using it. Or, potentially even like, V-mount, whatever, but don't use, like if you're going into, let me put this down for a second. If you're going into the main connection on power on the camera, anything other than 12 volt, you run the risk of harming your camera. So that being said, there's plenty of options. If you watch videos out there, I did a lot of research on this, so I'll share it with you. But there's plenty of options out there that say like, cool, use this, a makeshift MPF style option that you can basically plug a cable into the battery itself and then go straight into camera. Well, that doesn't give it enough power. So you want to make sure it's a 12 volt connection, and this Tilta side handle offers that. And so the reason I went with the bigger NPF style was because I can not only just power my follow focus, but I can also power the camera, which we've said before, I want to get rid of some of these things on the camera. So not only am I having a side handle now that has a little bit better grip on the left side, but if you notice, I can't grip this on the right side because of this NPF plate. And so my thought process around that was, okay, well, let's get this larger side handle so I can put a larger MPF battery in it to power the follow focus as well as my camera and completely take this off. Because another thing, this has worked well for me. And honestly, if you're on a budget trying to get some power options for the Blackmagic, I realize I've been looking at my GH5 monitor this whole time. Awesome, Mark. Thanks for stopping by. I'll let you know later on how it's worked out. I'm going on a shoot tonight with this, so I apologize. As I was just getting ready to say, like, I've been looking at my GH5 monitor this whole time because I'm trying to like see if everything's in frame. So I'm going to look at the camera now, the actual lens. Noob. But basically, this is a good solution if you're on a budget. But it's hard to hold the camera on the right side, as well as it blocks if you're trying to use the SD card or potentially the CFast card. I don't know why I blanked on it, but the CFast card, you have to take this off to get to those, which is really inconvenient, to be honest. And so taking this off helps in a number of reasons, for a number of reasons. So again, I can put the battery in the side handle, take the NPF plate off. So that's one reason I went with a bigger option as far as the side handle there. And then, of course, it does also have a place for my T5, which is also awesome because I just put down the camera. I'm noob status over here, seriously. But I can get rid of this. And that unlocks another cold shoe on my cage. So I can get rid of that. So all of those things are being solved with this bigger side handle. Yes, it's a little bit more money. And do I wish that I would have discovered this earlier on? Yes, I do, because I mean, these parts aren't cheap. If you are familiar with TILTA, like, it's small rig, I feel like is really budget conscious, but TILTA's a little bit more expensive. It's still, a little bit more of a budget option in some scenarios, but comparatively, it's still a little bit more pricey. And so so that to say, like, I wish I had known it earlier on. I wouldn't have bought this. I think this was like $20 or $15 from TILTA. This was same. I think it was like $15, $20, maybe $30 for the holder there. So not cheap. And so, like, I wish I had discovered this and realized I wanted a side handle as much as I do now early on, because this could have solved everything there. And it could cut down on the awkwardness of my rig. Because right now I just feel like I have things just like shooting off of the rig. And this is going to ultimately let me have a top handle, side handle, and honestly, that's it. And so really, like I said, it's a little bit pricier, $229 for the side handle. And then I think the rosette connection to the NATO rail, I think, was probably the more expensive option. I think that was like $25. And then this, I believe, was like $15. I'll put links to all these things. I probably won't be right after the stream. I'll probably come back after my next meeting and do that. But again, great option. What time is it? Yeah, you know what? If you guys, so that's some of the details. If you guys want to stick around and see what it looks like, I'm going to attempt to put this stuff on. So if you're into that, cool, hang out. Otherwise, that's some of the details. Thank you guys for joining. Follow me on social media and Instagram, Twitter, Anson & Co. If you're interested in this kind of content, I'm going to do more of these live streams where it's just a quick unboxing, a quick kind of mail time. And so if you're interested in that, consider subscribing. I also do weekly reviews. This past week, on that note, I did put out a video for the Godox SL150W Mark II. That is out. So what I'll do, for people that are watching it later, I will put a link up in the card to that video. So make sure you check that out if you need a dope key light. Offers a lot of good features for only $340. So really awesome. And I don't know how much I can put out there, but I actually talked to one of the guys over at Per Gear, and I think they're going to eventually put out a case for the Godox, so look forward to that too. So that being said, if you just wanted the unboxing, by all means, thank you guys for joining. I'm going to put this on, or at least attempt to put this on, and show you guys what the finished product looks like. So that being said, okay, so one reason I would like taking off, this SSD holder is, again, I have so many more options now. I have a cold shoe. I have a couple extra options, kind of as far as like 1/4-inch threads, everything. It's just more. It's just cleaner. I do like this, and it actually makes me sad because this is kind of like their dingy gray option, and that's just dope. And so I'm going to miss that a little bit, but not that much. And so let me take off the one thing I hate about this NPF plate is the screw on it. If you let go of that tab, it's so hard to get a grip on it again. So you kind of have to like unscrew it with dear life. All right, so again, that's the rig stripped down a little bit cleaner. I do have the Nucleus Nano on there. I don't have the wheel on there right now. I normally will have another rail, another 50 millimeter rail, just a short one like this, that goes in. I actually have a small rig part, and I may share about that just in case you're curious. But has a kind of like a 50 millimeter thread adapter to put a 1/4-inch on it. So I basically have that screwed in there. But again, that will get rid of this, and I can finally use my, or not finally, but use my my actual Nucleus Nano wheel for wireless follow focus rather than just fixed onto my rig. So I'm going to put this on here. I actually am going to take the Nano off. The one thing I don't like about having the Nano on the rig all the time is it makes my rig, when I put it down, a little bit lopsided. And I had just hit the microphone, so I'm sorry if audio is weird there. Okay. What time is it? We're good. We're good. All right. All right, so I've got 2 screws, so I assume that they want you to screw in the NATO rail on both ends. So let me do that. Again, thank you guys for joining. I know this is probably a little bit more fun if I had a top view, but my second camera I'm kind of working on right now, so that would not be possible. But 2, this is a quick stream, so be a little bit complicated for something like this. So I'll just kind of give it to you in stages here. Okay, so then that. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I got the NATO rail on. Let me just do a quick tightening. I'll show you what it looks like, give you guys the update. This is good content, right? Is that what Camera Conspiracy says all the time? This is good content. This is great content. Okay. So, got the NATO rail on. Make sure. So there we go. It's not fully flush, like, so the opening for the NATO rail, it's not, the bolts aren't all the way onto the ends, but it should be secure enough to be good to go. So let me put the NATO rail clamp to rosette. I'll give you an update after that. And if you hear a lot of clanging, my desk is glass. I don't know why, to be honest. We're not that fancy. Okay, that was easy. All right, so I got the connector on there. So now let's put the side handle on. you guys can actually see what this is going to look like. We'll attempt, right? I'm trying not to knock the microphone or anything like that. All right, if you're just joining, what I'm doing now is, so I got the TILTA side handle on. I'm just adding it to my rig now, which is proving a little bit harder than I want it to be, simply because, again, I have a glass desk, so the black magic is just sliding around everywhere. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so I got it on. So again, if you're just joining us, this is the new item, the TILTA side handle, specifically Type 2, and also specifically the 970 version. And I don't have like a post-edit option, so if I'm completely wrong in that number, because I can never remember NPF codes as far as like what grade they are. I know there's like 3 different options in there, but basically the bigger of the options. My wife is ready to sew, and I am live streaming. So that being said, I'm going to wrap up here soon. So got the top handle, side handle. Let me see if I can get all that in frame. And again, like if I loosen this up a little bit, I can tilt the side handle. So if I'm going underslung, it's a little bit more comfortable. So that's a nice little option. And again, I could put my NPF battery in here to power both the Nucleus Nano and my camera. I could put my hard drive, my SSD up here at the top, eliminating a lot of clutter and having some extra point of contact options in there. So pretty dope, right? Pretty dope. I like this. I said at the beginning of the stream, I am going to do a polished, finished video on my channel for my entire rig breakdown. So be on the lookout for that. I've got a couple of products I've got to review for other companies. I've got some stuff coming from 7 Artisans I'm going to be reviewing. I've got some stuff I'm trying to get back up with Sigma to get some more lenses to test. So I've got some stuff being sent to me to review, but I kind of like to sprinkle in like the things that I own and I use on a consistent basis. So I'll include that in one of those I have planned is a breakdown of my rig. Oh, it has it right there. NPF 970. Literally has it. I'm not going to show it to you. So yeah, it holds a 970, which I'll leave a link to some of those 970 batteries. There's a specific brand that I trust and use for NPF 970s, and so I'll leave those. And I have a couple of those just to power the camera. The NPF 970 is how I power my Blackmagic. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining. If you're interested, if you have questions, link to my social media is, well, not necessarily a link, but I'll leave a link to my social media in the description below. But check out Instant & Co. on Instagram and Twitter. Hit me up and we can chat if you have questions about the rig, if you have questions about the side handle. I am going, what's up, In-Frame? Yeah, man. So thanks for saying, so you're saying that the stream looks awesome. I realized, so if you watch any of the streams of the weekend, just as a side note, and I got to bounce and get to a meeting, but I realized that I was pushing my computer to stream at a quality that it couldn't support. So hopefully it looks a lot better. I've adjusted some settings. I am going to be doing a stream either tomorrow night or Friday night, breaking down. I took a survey on my community page, and if you want to take part in that survey, check out my community page by visiting my channel. There's a community tab. You can check it out there. I have like 3 or 4 different options of what the stream is going to be about. Right now, the leader in the topic is streaming gear under $50. and so we'll talk about that, what I'm using with my GH5 to do streaming and how to do it for super cheap. So stay tuned for that, as well as if you've missed my video from yesterday, it is a review of the Godox SL150W Mark II. That is also going to be in a card or in the description below. Check that out. Otherwise, I've got to get to a meeting. You guys have a great one. The TILTA, it's been revealed. The TILTA side handle is the mysterious product. And so, with that being said, again, thank you guys for joining. And in frame, if you have questions about the Sony picture profiles, do me a favor. Hit me up on Instagram. Anson & Co. on Instagram. Don't put the ampersand, just spell out and you can find me there. But yeah, that's probably a better place if you want to connect with me after the stream. I've got to get to my day job meeting. But hit me up on Instagram. We'll talk about picture profiles. All right, thanks guys for joining, and we'll see you here soon. See you soon. That was supposed to be a little bit more flawless. Nope, that's wrong. Okay, I'm still learning my hotkeys. Let's try this. Nope, it's this. We're doing it.